are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Indianapolis Colts and the Philadelphia Eagles. This is fielded at the goal line. On first down, Luck. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. Give them 11 on the gain there, and the Colts are going to have a first.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
They go with the screen to Gore. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open. And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now a first down throw, Luck. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. And this offense sometimes is predicated on the ageless wonder, Frank Gore.
And he wants to be a guy with limitless carries. Frank Gore gets better and better with each carry, really batters defenses with his inside running.
Second and 10, Luck again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and it's third down. And we peek at the defense now for Philadelphia.
Malcolm Jenkins entered the NFL as a cornerback and has transitioned to safety, but still retains his good coverage skills.
So here we go now, an extra defensive back in there on third and 10. Luck now to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Robert Turbin, 56 yards. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. On the ground, the first carry for Ryan Matthews. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a second and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On second down, here's Wentz. This one brought in by Dorial Green-Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
He was looking to hit Ryan Matthews there out of the backfield. And now it's second down. And a peek at the offense. And Matthews, a guy that we have to talk about.
And Jordan Matthews, Brandon, is an anomaly. Normally, a long receiver plays outside. He likes to work out of the slot. Does a terrific job absorbing punishment and catching the football.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick, and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Wentz, left side, caught by Matthews. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
Here we go.
So now it's 1st and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal now. Maybe the offensive coordinator thinking blitz here. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
Brandon, it's a situation like this where a head coach writes himself a note before the game. Remember, it's a long game. You don't have to chase points early. But on the other hand, it's a huge disappointment if you only come away with 3 after a big drive. Let's see what he decides to do.
And Sturgis able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach, but it kept the offense out of the end zone.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On 1st down, it's score. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Well, that was better than the first. Go around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly. Sometimes I wonder if some of that old school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position, help out your team.
And they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. Try to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. And now offensively, Philadelphia coming back out. Earlier we discussed Carson Wentz in the quarterback position, but, you know, unless something changes drastically, Philadelphia is going to end this year without a 1,000-yard rusher and without a 1,000-yard receiver.
Yeah, they want to make sure they really work on their offensive line. They've had a few injuries there and had to shift some guys around. They had a guy that they lost earlier in the season that was a big part of what they do. and they also want to make sure that they have a running back that can stay healthy. And you know that that's not easily done in this league. But Ryan Matthews, if he does stay healthy, he's always a candidate to break 1,000 yards. Remember those days of LaShawn McCoy and Jeremy Maclin both going over 1,300 yards? They're looking for that again.
Yeah, 2014, both of those guys over 1,000. Now Wentz throwing on second down. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Wentz to throw on second down. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jordan Matthews, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles have taken the lead. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Completes it to Moncrief, left side. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Here's Luck now on second down. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there. Boy, he just threw an interception last drive, nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of just been driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? Because that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
He's going to let this one go deep. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Leonis McKelvin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Philadelphia getting sent to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? Just because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Gore back there is the lone setback. Now it's Luck. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. His tight end, Dwayne Allen, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Luck on 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They snap it to Luck. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. And now the Eagles offense back out onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. From midfield, here's Wentz. Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Duke Williams. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And the Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Caught left side by Hilton. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. One receiver left is Hilton. On 1st down, Luck. And to the right side here, it's Allen. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On 2nd down, here's Luck. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. Give him 30 yards there.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money That comes from his arm.
And Smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Picked off by the veteran Leotis McKelvin. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 16 on the pickup. And the Eagles are going to have a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. It's a toss right. Ryan Matthews. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. The play clock's running down on second down. Ryan Matthews. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Goes underneath for Sproles. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Time running out here on the play clock. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. David Perry that time in on the stop.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And once again, they go with Sproles. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Play clock winding down. Throwing on first is Wentz. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. All right, as we sit here right now, let's look after Week 15 teams that are they're in. Seahawks clinching NFC West, NFC East Cowboys in, AFC West Raiders, and then, of course, the Patriots out of the AFC East. Who do you like?
I tell you what, it's still hard for me to go against the Patriots, even though we know that Gronk won't play throughout the playoffs. They know how to adjust better than any team in football. But Dallas, I know people want to find a way to knock them out of this deal. I think the youth will be served for Dallas. And what Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott are giving them, I think the rest of the team is feeding off of it.
One team I didn't mention maybe that could make some noise. Who?
I would say Green Bay, because they still have a chance to win the NFC North in a showdown possibly with Detroit in the final week of the season. So the defense forces a 3-and-out, but they got some help along the way. They threw it on first down, and when they were unsuccessful, it became 2nd and long. Didn't get it again on another pass, went 3rd and long, and they almost had to put it in the air. They may want to rethink some strategy going forward.
Throwing is locked. Now a hit and locked. Lost the football. It's out. What a real head-scratcher there. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Wentz now on first down. And Salek here left side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. 10th carry now for Ryan Matthews. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The veteran Robert Mathis there to make the tackle. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Now Wentz on 3rd down. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And the Colts getting ready to go. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And complete to Moncrief over the middle. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. And now they're in the hurry-up.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll come out in the pistol. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. He's got time in the pocket. Going up top, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Brandon, what we just saw there is something we hear from coaches throughout the league. How are you going to defend what they call the moment of truth ball, meaning a 50-50? The ball's in the air, defenders there, receivers there. Who's going to make a play on the football? And in this case, the defense.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He's going to air one out. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 53 yards. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
The play clock's running down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. Nelson Aguilar from 4 yards out. And the Eagles add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it, so a sack on a 2-point try. Now, after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Love. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Here's Luck, surveying the field. They find some open field here. And they get 14 yards there at a first down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
Here's Luck. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Back to throw. Luck. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 23 yards on the play. That man can leap, Charles. How do you defend a pass like that and a receiver that good?
Partner, you're really doing it through prayer because you can cover them totally downfield, but at the end, their athleticism actually allows them to uncover themselves.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 10, Luck again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
There's no shyness there pushing the ball downfield, but I like the coverage on the play. In good position. And when you have a 50-50 ball, who's going to come down with it? I like the way that he made the play, came across, and knocked it away.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. And he's going to be taken down here. Back across midfield, 3 yards away from midfield at the 47. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time for Luck on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home, all right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs. He's
going to rifle and got his man complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dorial Green Beckham, 37 yards. And the Eagles are pouring it on. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This will be taken about the 12. And he is going to be taken down inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And he's going to go down for a 4th time today, and this time the result is a safety. Well, this O-line, they've had trouble with a pass rush all game long. This time it cost them 2 points.
I mean, you've got a quarterback back there